and welcome to Catalan News. International pressure on Spain to start a political dialogue with Catalonia is mounting. Today, UN experts have urged the Spanish government to respect fundamental rights, and two political groups in the European Parliament have asked for international mediation on the referendum. Meanwhile, here in Catalonia, preparations for the vote are underway and peaceful protests continue in defence of the referendum. Let's start. The Catalan independence movement was, for years, an internal issue of Spain. Foreign leaders and international organisations did not want to get involved. But the Spanish government's actions to stop the referendum, including the arrest of politicians and the charges of sedition against protest leaders, are causing concern. Today, police have confiscated 2.5 million ballots, 4 million envelopes and 100 ballot boxes, just as a strong message came from Geneva, where the Human Rights Council of the UN is based.
The first confiscation of ballot boxes in Catalonia came as UN experts urged the Spanish government to respect fundamental rights in its response to the referendum. The experts called on Spanish authorities to not interfere with freedom of expression, assembly and association, and public participation. Regardless of the lawfulness of the referendum, they said, recent actions by Spain seem to violate fundamental rights and are cutting off public information and the possibility of a debate at a critical moment. And UN experts are not the only ones concerned. In Brussels, 3 parliamentary groups tried to introduce the issue for the referendum in the European Parliament plenary agenda for next week. Although the initiative was blocked by the EPP and Social Democrats, the move shows the increasing level of concern. In fact, members of an international parliamentary delegation to observe the referendum started to arrive today in Barcelona. And a Swiss group of MPs and the former president of Slovenia, Milan Kucan, asked for respect to Catalonia's right to self-determination.
More than 10,000 police officers have been deployed in Catalonia, and they have orders from the Spanish prosecutor and government to act to stop the referendum. But how can they stop it if thousands of people protest peacefully in front of the polling stations to keep them open? After the arrests and confiscations of last week, we have seen more police operations today, and the peace of the last few days might be about to change.
The calm before the storm. 3 days to go for the referendum and nothing is certain, not even whether everything will be peaceful. To strengthen security ahead of October the 1st, the Catalan president hosted a joint security meeting with Spanish officials, but it was unproductive, at least for knowing what will happen on Sunday. We still do not know whether police officers will block access to polling stations. The Catalan Home Affairs Minister made it clear in the meeting that for the Catalan police, public safety is more important than complying with the judge's order.
Ni obviem el que ha dictat una magistrada, és una evidència, però per nosaltres el que és més important és la salvaguàrdia de la convivència i que, per tant, qualsevol actuació policial ha de tenir com a bé superior aquesta salvaguarda de la convivència.
He also complained about the 10,000 extra officers that the Spanish government has deployed in Catalonia for Sunday. On the other side of the table, the state officials also stressed the importance of a peaceful day, but also enforcing the law. That means preventing people from voting.
Le trasladamos nuestro compromiso absoluto con que se cumplan esos objetivos a los que antes me refería. Defensa de la legalidad, protección del Estado de Derecho, mantenimiento de la convivencia pacífica.
The Attorney General has since yesterday evening been providing orders to police. He demanded officers seal off polling stations and even a perimeter of 100 metres to be placed around some sites. But Catalonia's High Court of Justice told the prosecutor to stop the actions. A judge is taking over, and while the court has ordered the vote to be stopped, the measures it has imposed are not so harsh. So, will there be officers guarding polling stations? It is still not clear. But what we know for sure is that more than 50,000 people have joined an initiative to make sure all 6,000 sites can open.
Political protests in the streets have become the new normal in Catalonia since the Spanish government, judiciary and police started their efforts to stop Sunday's referendum on the grounds that it's illegal. They say the Spanish constitution does not allow a vote on independence, but no one older than 60 today had the chance to vote on that text all those years ago. And that's why younger generations these days are showing their discomfort.
Empty classrooms. This was the unlikeliest scene in many Catalan universities today. The reason? A student strike in support of the October 1st referendum. Thousands of people took to the streets in Catalonia's main cities. In Barcelona alone, 16,000 students joined the main rally, 80,000 according to the organizers. Their message was clear.
We don't know why the Spanish government is afraid to see people voting, because we think that voting is the basic right of democracy. We are here to reivindicate the right to decide of our nation. We want to decide if we will be independent or not. We just want to vote.
I have been staying here for 3 nights, living here in our university, and we will stay till we can vote.
Girona, Lleida, Tarragona, the major university towns in Catalonia saw their streets flooded with students waving Catalan independence flags and chanting protests. The university students were not the only ones protesting today.
We are actually 17, so we are not university students, but next year we are going to be university students. But even if we are not university students, we can have this right to vote, so we come here to fight for this.
Yet, the leader of Spain's ruling party in Catalonia criticized Catalan schools for indoctrinating students. He also claimed it was a mistake to let the Catalan government and other Spanish regions manage their own education systems.
Una parte importante de ese sistema educativo se ha convertido en un potente instrumento de adoctrinamiento, manipulación de la realidad y de la historia.
There's still great uncertainty surrounding the October 1st referendum. Whatever happens, though, some students were pretty confident today that they will again have to take to the streets sooner than might be expected. As you can see now, the students are starting to march after more than an hour protesting here in front of the University of Barcelona. This big student strike comes after days, if not weeks, of student mobilization at the grassroots levels on the run-up for the October 1st referendum. What will come after, nobody knows. But some voices, even within the Catalan government, are starting to recognize that the Catalan government could indeed follow the steps of the Catalan students and call a general strike after the October 1st referendum as a measure of pressure against the Spanish government.
But it's not only students that protested today in Barcelona. A very special group of civil servants expressed their support for the referendum in a very colourful event in the Catalan capital. While police agents are faced with the dilemma of stopping the vote on independence or not, today firefighters in Barcelona showed their support for the vote and said they will help guarantee that polling stations remain open in the city. Let's speak now with Lluís Corominas, president of the parliamentary group of Junts pel Sí, the governing coalition in Catalonia. Mr. Corominas, can you guarantee that Catalans will be able to vote on Sunday?
Bé, malgrat totes les dificultats que ha posat l'estat espanyol, les hem anat vencent. Durant 2 anys l'estat espanyol ha intentat impedir que arribéssim el dia 1 d'octubre i ho hem anat superant perquè el govern hi ha posat molta decisió, molt compromís, però també perquè la gent ha acompanyat. I aquest diumenge hi haurà urnes, es podrà votar, malgrat tots aquests intents de l'estat espanyol, i sobretot el que esperem és una participació massiva, atès que el que ha sentit el poble de Catalunya, sobretot, és que se li volen trepitjar els seus drets fonamentals.
What if some polling stations are opened and others are forced to close?
Bé, a hores d'ara no contemplem que no hi hagi cap escola, cap col·legi electoral, que no es pugui votar. Per què? Doncs perquè entenem que seria desproporcionat el compliment d'una interlocutòria que el que fa és suspendre només una llei del Parlament de Catalunya amb els drets fonamentals de lliure circulació, de vot, etc. Per tant, no creiem que es doni aquesta circumstància. En cas que es doni, si es dona serà molt puntual i l'haurem d'administrar, igual que passa amb altres tipus de convocatòries electorals que també des de la sindicatura electoral s'haurà de decidir quina alternativa es dona en cas que això passi. Però estic convençut que de manera general això no passarà.
And how do you think that the international community will react to the referendum?
Bé, jo crec que amb el que ha passat aquestes setmanes darreres i aquests dies, la comunitat internacional se n'ha adonat que això no és un conflicte intern, que no és un tema intern termes de dret internacional, sinó que és la vulneració d'uns drets d'uns ciutadans a nivell individual i també d'una comunitat nacional, que és Catalunya, reconeguda a tot el món, i aquesta vulneració de drets és el que ha començat a despertar reaccions a nivell internacional. Nosaltres demanem precisament que d'aquí al dia 1 i a partir del dia 1 que es vegi que els catalans hem fet la feina ben feta, que nosaltres hem respectat la voluntat dels nostres ciutadans i que en canvi l'estat espanyol ho ha intentat impedir. I per tant el que volem és precisament que s'empari aquesta voluntat del poble de Catalunya i aquesta voluntat de ser estat que tenim els catalans i per tant que hi hagi una implicació molt més evident de la comunitat internacional en aquest procés que hi ha hagut aquí a Catalunya.
Thank you very much, Mr. Corominas. While it's not clear what Europe will say after the referendum happens, we know already what some prestigious international journals think about the initiatives taken by the Spanish government to stop the vote. Nature has published today an editorial warning about the concern that many researchers have in relation to the October 1st vote. In fact, the intervention of Catalan government finances have put at risk some grants to researchers, while others fear that, in case of independence, money will not flow from the European Union. And with this, we end today's show. We'll be back tomorrow with more information about what's happening in Catalonia. And before we go, we leave you some music by Catalan Oques Grasas. Enjoy and see you tomorrow.
Quan les hòsties volen baixes, estimarem arran de terra.
Quan ens tirin moltes pedres, els ensenyarem les mans.
T'hi deixes els genolls o t'hi poses fulles.
Viure és caduca.
Estimar és perenne.
Deixa que t'agafi el vol.